That's the main reason that the Guyana Manufacturing and Services Association, Gmsa, hosted a discussion forum on the Sovereign Wealth Fund and the government's Green Paper to allow for a broad section of the private sector and civil society to express their views about whether the country is truly prepared for first oil in 2020, says President of the Gmsa, Sham Nukta.
There has been much debate on critical components of readiness. Local content, whether it's policy or legislation for local content, the institutional framework, the Petroleum Commission, the Department of Energy, as well as discussions on costs, pre-contract costs, cost oil, and the mechanisms to verify this.
He stated that there is the view that considering the timelines, perhaps things are not moving at the pace as they should be in terms of the national framework that Guyana needs for the oil and gas sector.
Meanwhile, there is much activity involving contractors, subcontractors, to meet these timelines. But even as we focus on these very important issues, we cannot lose sight of the much bigger benefit oil and gas could bring, which is revenue.
According to Mr. Nukta, notwithstanding the concerns on the agreement, if handled well, the revenue from oil and gas could be quite substantial. He said that therefore it is critical that the relevant authorities be prepared to manage and utilize the expected revenues.
The government of Guyana, on the 8th of August, presented the Green Paper managing future petroleum revenues and establishment of a fiscal rule and a sovereign wealth fund. This was presented to Parliament with an indication that the paper presents preliminary proposals to stimulate discussion. The Green Paper, as it was intended to, has been the subject of review and commentary.
He added that it was within the Gmsa a discussion was started in the services sector, but the Gmsa quickly recognized that this needed to be expanded to have a much wider discussion involving private sector and civil society, and a space for this to happen had to be created.
Today's forum is an attempt by the Gmsa to facilitate this, and we are pleased that the Ministry of Finance has agreed to come here today to make a presentation and to be part of the discussions.
Reporting for HGP Nightly News, I am Kristen Macklingam.